Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very highly requested video or topic, which is baby names I love but I won't be using. I got asked this a lot on Instagram recently. So I have my list here of boys and girls names. Now there are so many more girl names because we're having a girl, but I'll read the boy names that I like. Boy names are so much harder, I feel. I don't know, I really struggle with them. Some of these ones Dean doesn't like at all, but I like them. And then some of them we both really like as well. I have my list here, but I am keeping some to myself just because, I don't know, naming a baby is such a huge thing, and it's just like, what if she arrives and she's not like the name that we picked? I'm gonna start with girls. So the first name that I am going to talk about is Charlie. Dean and I brought this one up a few years ago and we really liked it at the time, and I've just grown apart from it at this time. I still do really like it for a girl. Even for a boy, I think it's really cute. I mean, for this baby, I just don't think that she's a Charlie. I'm probably gonna say that with every one of these names, but I'm just not connecting with it right now, but I do really love it. I think it's gorgeous. The next one is Amelia. Amelia is actually number 5 on the Australian list, top name list. So it's actually really popular right now. It's one that I really like, but I won't use because I don't know, I just see the top list and I'm like, I don't want there to be like, you know, 5 other Amelias in the class with my kid. And I'm not saying like like, I don't want to come across as like, oh, I'm better than that kind of thing. It's not about that at all. It's just like, for the names that we have picked, they're not like really oddly differently spelt names either, but they're just names that aren't in the top like 20 kind of thing. I do really like the sound of Amelia. I think it's really cute. The next one is Cecilia. I really like Cecilia. For a while we were trying, well, I was trying to match up with a C name, and I have a few C names here, and Cecilia is one of them. I think that that is such a pretty name. I think that it would carry well throughout her whole life. Yeah, I just am really drawn to it for some reason. I think it's nice and it's kind of traditional, but yeah, I think it's cute. Okay, the next one is Arya. Now, I think I like Arya from, there was a character called Arya on Pretty Little Liars, and she was she my favorite? She was probably my favorite, I don't know. But when I first started watching the show, I'm like, I really like the name Arya. I feel like Arya is a very popular name right now as well. And I was talking about names with my friend yesterday, and she's just like, oh, there's going to be so many Aryas, especially because of Game of Thrones, even though that's spelt different. Is it even pronounced different? I think that's more like Arya. I don't know. Arya is a really lovely name. And actually one of you guys, I don't know if you're watching, Lizzie, your daughter's named Arya. So the next one I have is another C name. It's Camille. I really like the name Camille, and I think I have Camilla as well. Yeah, I do. I like those C names for, like, you know, Camille Conte, Camilla Conte. I like Camilla Conte better than Camille. The one thing that did kind of turn me off Camille is Camille on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I just am not a fan of her. Like, she's just a bit of a loose cannon. I don't know. And then Dean said that he knew someone called either one of those, and he's not a fan of them. But I think that Camilla especially is really cute. Camilla Conte. That would be so cute, right? Okay, so the next one is Violet, and we were talking with Dean's mum, and I think that there was a great grandparent. Yeah, great grandparent called Violet. And we're like, oh, that's really pretty. Like, that's such a nice name. So I put it on there, but it's not what we would use in this instance, but I do really like the name. So the next one is Sage. I really love the name Sage. Dean doesn't like it at all, but I think it's so pretty. I was recently rewatching Gossip Girl, and there was a character called Sage, and I'm like, oh, that's such a pretty name. And it's not one that you hear very often either. So I put that on the list, but Dean doesn't like it. The next one is Autumn. I have been a fan of the name Autumn There was a character, well, I thought she's a real person, on, what was it called, Wags? And her name was Autumn. And I didn't so much like her, but I really liked the name Autumn. I think that it's very pretty. I don't know anyone called Autumn personally, or know anyone with kids called Autumn. I just really like the name. I think it's gorgeous. Autumn Conte is a little bit too much, I feel, and I don't think Dean liked it either. The next one is a popular one. It's Sienna. I think that that's so pretty. Sienna Conte. I think that, like, it's a very like on trend kind of name, if you get what I mean, but not right for this baby. But yeah, I really like Sienna. I think it's cute. The next one I have is Poppy. I feel like, did someone just recently call their kid Poppy? Like a famous person? I don't know. I will say that there was a person on maths called Poppy that kind of turned me off the name, but I still think it's really, really cute. I love the name Poppy. I don't hear it that often. I don't think I know anyone with kids' name. I don't think I know many. I wonder if I know anyone with kids' name these. The next one, Dean and I really like, but it's not a possibility. Willow. I think that it's so cute. I really, really like the name Willow, but Dean has a friend and his last name's Wilson and they call him Willow. So as soon as I brought it up to Dean, he's like, Willow, because that's what they call him. It can't be. And not that we even like, I can't remember the last time I saw him. It would have been years ago, like literally years ago. So, but yeah, no. The next one I have is Delilah. I love Delilah. I don't think I've even told Dean about Delilah, how much I love Delilah. And I don't think I know anyone called Delilah, and it's like, you know, it is that song like, hey there Delilah. Yeah, I think that's gorgeous. Delilah Conte. It's a little bit too much. The next one, Esme. I was just looking through the lists this morning and I'm like, Esme, that's so pretty. Like such a pretty name. And I think, again, it's a name that will go well someone's whole life. You know how like some names are cute when they're little, and then you're like, how would you go meeting a 50-year-old called, or like Delilah? I don't know. Like you just try and picture the name, and if it's a strong name that they're gonna have their whole life, like I don't know, there's so much responsibility with naming a kid. But yeah, Esme is really pretty. Esme Conte. I like it. I think it's really pretty. The last one that I have of girl names is Quinn. This reminds me of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I was obsessed with that show when I was younger, like obsessed. I think that it's a very cute name. Quinn is like I've watched a few TV shows where they're called Quinn, but I don't think I know anyone in person called Quinn, or any babies called Quinn. So that's what I like about these. Like, yeah, I don't really know many people with these names for their kids. They're my favorite girl names that I won't be using. Now on to boys. So the first one I have is Cooper. I really like the name Cooper. I don't think that I've ever met a boy called Cooper. Actually, when I was in high school, I had friends that had one of those like fake babies and they called him Bailey Cooper. But I like the name Cooper. Bailey's cute too, but I do like the name Cooper, and it's another C name. That's why I liked it. Okay, the next one I like is Arlo. I feel like this is a bit of a trending name. What do you guys think? Yeah, I do really like it. I like that it's a little bit different. I know that there's a few people, there's one person that I'm subscribed to, and one of her boys is called Arlo. She makes really cute videos. I forget her name though. But yeah, very, very cute name. The next one, Noah. I actually saved this if you watched our reacting to the top 10 girl names, boy names. Noah was in there, and I really liked the name Noah, but it's not something that we would personally use. Yeah, ever since Noah was on Home and Away, I'm like, oh, that name holds a special place in my heart. I don't know why. But Noah Conte, no, I don't think it fits. The next one, Hunter. Hunter is a popular, I feel like it's a rising name kind of thing. Very cute. Hunter Conte though, nah. The next one is Finn. My friend and I were talking yesterday, same conversation about names, and Finn is really cute. We actually know someone who just recently had a boy, but they called him Finbar, which is, I think, a traditional Scottish name, if I'm wrong. But we were just saying how cute Finn is. Finn is really nice. Finn Conte. I don't know about that either. I don't know about any of these boy names with the last name Conte. The next one we have is Jack. That was the one name that we picked from the top 10 that we both like. We've always really liked Jack. It's a very standard, strong name that, you know, you're not going to mispronounce or misspell. You know, it's just Jack, you know. So the next one is Riley. I really like the name Riley. I think it's cute. Riley Conte. That could work actually. I don't think I've talked about Riley with Dean, but we've got our name for a boy anyway. But and there's a few other ones, like backup ones that I've kept. I don't think I know anyone with a kid named Riley. It's so funny because sitting back and watching that video that Dean and I filmed of the top 20 names, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about all these people with these kids called these names. Like, I just didn't even think. Like, I thought we knew like 3 Mias. And there's like, in reality, I think that there's 5 to 7, like when I really thought about it. And then like a few days later, we bumped into someone and her daughter's name was Mia. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about her. And I'll probably do the same with this as well. Yeah, I think with the names that I've picked, I've tried to stay away from names that I know like other people have used. I'd love to know your thoughts on those names. Any of them on your lists? You don't actually have to say, but you can if you want to. Or do you have any kids called those names? That's it from me today. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye.